guys, Sophia here, My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel and another episode of Deep Clean with me, still in the kitchen. Am I ever gonna get out of here? I don't know. I have two more things, the cabinets and the floor. So that's gonna be the videos for this week. I'm gonna start with the cabinets. It's already almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I had a busy morning and then some other stuff came up. I'm not having a great day, but I'm here to encourage you that even on bad days, if you have stuff to do, you still do them, because the world doesn't stop, okay? It keeps moving, so should you. Murphy's oil is what I'm going to use. Today I am doing all of the cabinets, which when you look at them, they don't look too dirty, but trust they are. And the handles, and what I really want to focus on is the woodwork and the bottom base part of the cabinets. These never get done, okay? They never do. You know, you mop, whatever, the splatter that goes on the base of the cabinet, and because it's not at eyesight, unless you literally get your head on the ground, you don't see it. So I'm doing that. I don't think it's going to be a very long video. I don't want it to be a long video because I need to do the floor. Today I'm doing the floor. It's got to get done. After that, we're going down to the laundry room and I'm deep cleaning the washer and the dryer. I have no idea how to do it. I got to Google it. But anyway, let's get started. I'm going to put on gloves, fill up the sink with Murphy's oil and hot water, get the rags and clean up the whole thing. So let's get started. Do you guys remember the good old days when I was doing the cabinets on a monthly basis? That's when I was just doing YouTube. Since then, I have YouTube, Patreon, and an Etsy shop. So the cabinets are not getting washed once a month like they used to. Let me start my hot water. How much of this do you need to put in? Per gallon. I love Murphy's oil. And you know, some people use it straight up. This one's brand new. I used to, it smells so good. I know it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes that kind of smell. I used to buy it in like big gallon thing. And when I went to the store the other day, they didn't have it. Since 1910, Murphy's original oil soap should not be used on unfinished, unsealed, waxed wood surfaces because they may be water sensitive. Okay. I think I got wax on the cabinets. I don't care. I'm gonna use it anyway. If they break apart, that's an excuse for me to redo the kitchen. 1/4 of a cup per gallon. Okay. Hot water. Let me make sure this is plugged. It is not. What's going on? Okay, it's plugged. So again, when you look at the cabinets, they don't look dirty, right? I think I had restained them, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years ago. You remember when I told you, spend the money, don't buy cheap handles? Look, all the black is coming off. So yeah, they're not too bad. All right, so that's the top part. The bottom part, same thing, they get wiped, but I still have dirt deposit. Okay, let's look at the handle. Yeah, there's some stains there. What I really want to focus on, the one that gets dirtier the most is the one by the sink, and that one gets really gross. Because look, drippings, okay? Look, you see? All right. So this is all gonna get clean, but what I really want to focus on is this part right here. The part that's underneath, because that never gets done. I don't know, do you clean this? And do you clean this part right here? There's leftover splatter from a previous cleaning job, and then this cat here. and dog hair. All right. So I have to do all those cabinets plus these, and I'm gonna do the door, all the woodwork, and then the windows, particularly this one by the sink, and then the one over there. I'm not doing the glass. I'll do that at another time. So yeah, it's a mundane, boring task, but it needs to get done. One of the things that I want to do, since there's a lot of advances now in paints that you can use for cabinets, sometimes this summer I would very much like, and Scott is in agreement, we're actually going to paint the cabinets. We're going to take all the doors down and use the no sand, whatever, liquid sander, that's the name of it. Okay, now I can put the gloves on. And we're thinking about painting all the cabinets a very light color, probably either a beige or a light green, like a sage color. It's going to open up the kitchen. My concern is the dirt will show even more. But maybe it'll be an incentive to clean more because you see it more, right? That's Sophia logic. Okay, let's start with this. So I'm not doing the inside because when I did the declutter at the beginning of the year, I did wipe everything, but I will do the inside of the door, the frame, and definitely the bottom, the sides, the whole, you know, everything else basically. And I know this is going to be a boring video, so I'm thanking you in advance for sticking around because there's not going to be much of a before and after. However, when I do the floor, oh yeah, we're going to see a big difference. Alright, the problem is always this area here. It gets sticky and I'm not sure why. I think it's from years and years of cleaning, and the original lacquer, whatever, is being removed somehow. I don't know. Regardless, we're washing everything. Alright, let me go higher. So we gotta do this too. Yeah, and this one cabinet is not bad because it gets cleaned more often, I think, than the other ones. This entire row here. Probably need to do those as well. These and these we use all the time. They clean, but these not so much. I'm not cutting corners, or maybe I am. What it is that I gotta do the floor because it's already 4:15 now, and I would like to sew. You know, one of the things that I think people appreciate about my channel is not so much that, you know, keeping it real, right? Is that I show you aspects of life that you may not necessarily see on other channels. I'm going to give you, for instance, it doesn't look like it from far away, but when you look closer, right here, this is something that nobody wants to talk about. Do you know what this is? This is the dog trying to grab something on the counter, and his claws or paws scratching the surface. It's not here. For some reason, he only does it here. And a lot of my cabinets are like that. I don't see a lot of content creators talking about this stuff because this is the reality. You know, when you have a dog like a beagle constantly trying to grab stuff, you should see the size of my dining room table. It's not any better. Okay, but all of that is going to get repainted, and I'm concerned, what is it going to look like once I paint it and the dog scratches the surface? Is it going to be worse than what I got now? It's possible. So I got to take that into account. All right. Oh my God, this is so bad. Between the accumulated dog hair, my gut is not showing, is it? Okay, let's try to be proper here. I mean, I literally have to be laying down on the floor to do this. And I'm filming a draft now that I'm down there. Oh, it's always something. Now come on now. You go down on your knees and you go look at this part of your cabinets, okay? And you tell me, are they clean? Because I know I can't be the only one who ignores this. Oh my God, I can't get up. How am I gonna get up? Ah, my hip. Oh, my hip. You know I got a hip problem, right? Oh, I'm too old for this. Too old for this. Alright, this one is clean. I can't wait to do the floor. Okay, so I don't know if it makes a difference, but hey, we got a reflection, so it must be clean. Finally did this part here. All the drawers, all the doors, and then these. Okay, I don't know. Does it make a difference? I'm not sure. I'm taking a break and I'm gonna start the other side. I'm gonna switch rag. This one's really bad. This got all shuffled around again because we had a leak. You see it? Right here. Why is it red paint? Okay, Let's see if I can remove this. Okay, so food for thought, all right? If you're going to redesign your kitchen, and like me, you're not a really good housekeeper, all right? Because I know I'm not the only one. Maybe you don't want to get shaker style cabinets like these, where there's an indentation, because stuff gets lodged into those corners, and once it's there and caked in from months of neglect, it's very hard to remove. So maybe for gals like me, let's make it easier and just get flat cabinets. Okay, see the dirt? You know, some people could easily comment, why are you showing us this? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of the pretend immaculate house that are just for views. Okay, we live in here, we're busy. There's kids, pets, parents who are not putting cleanliness as a priority. No, I'll be honest about that. This is just to make you feel better. If you're in the same predicament that I am, where it's just a big challenge for you to maintain your house. You're not alone. This is why I do those videos. This is nuts. Okay, you know what? I'm glad I did this. Wow. Hold on. It makes a difference. Okay, so this one was done. All the drawers here were done. Door done inside and out. I did the side here. This one was particularly grimy, but that's expected. It's above the sink. Honestly, I don't know how people with white cabinets keep them clean. I mean, other than obviously, you know, you don't have videos to edit and all the other stuff. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. You clean after yourself, clearly, but we do too. That's the problem. And here we are. But this is a big deal because I finally cleaned that. So now when I do the floor, it's gonna be much more aesthetic, at least on camera. Okay, so yeah, I'd say I would have pre-cleaned. I gotta do the other side and then the windows. Taking a break. I'm having a Core Power 42 grams of protein. This is actually my lunch. Believe it or not, I haven't had anything since breakfast. It's part of maintaining a home. And we all dream of having a really big house. Oh, I want a big... Oh, shut up. Scam likely. And we all dream of, oh, I want a big house, I want this, I want that. This is almost too big. For me and our lifestyle to maintain, it's almost too big. I totally get it why people downsize once the kids are out of the house. What's the matter over there? She's playing with catnip, so she's not seeing it. Because it's just so much and it's everything all the time. So sometimes people ask, well, how do you let it go so bad? And the reality is that you're busy. You got stuff to do. It's not like you don't see the dirt. You know it's there, you see it, but you think like, you know what, it's 11:30 p.m. Let me go to bed and maybe I can get to read for 20 minutes. Or You got something else you want to do. You prioritize a family outing, for instance, and you're looking at the cabinets and the dirt underneath and you're thinking, you know what, I'll do that another time. And the other time is being pushed 20 different times, and then here we are, okay? It's not a conscious effort to avoid or procrastinate. It's just that you get caught up. And when you have a big house, and again, mine is not super big, it's under 2,000 square foot. I'm okay with the dirt. I have to be honest. I mean, it's, you know, not great, but it's not filthy, unsanitary, hazardous conditions either, okay? Let's not push it. Let me have some of that. I'm really hungry, you know? I'm not here to try to justify the filth. I'm just saying, you know what? Yes, well, bring the toy over. I'll play with you. I do the best I can. This is the best I can, and I'm okay with it. I sleep well at night. Partly because I'm tired, but I sleep well at night. All right, let me do this side, and then I'll see you again. We'll do the window. You know what? I have two windows here on this extension that are still under shrink wrap. Yeah, because they're leaking. There's a draft. So I'm not going to remove the shrink wrap yet. I don't know if you can see it. Probably. Because despite my having my garden ready to go out, it actually snowed this morning. We had snow on the ground this morning. It's April 12th. So I'm going to keep the shrink wrap on until the temperatures are consistently in the 50s. Right now, when it goes down to 29 at night, and then we got snow and sleet in the morning, and you probably hear, that's actually not rain you're hearing, it's freezing rain. That's Jersey right now, April 12th. So the stuff is in need of being put in the garden, but I can't do it because it freezes at night still. Anyway, I'm rambling. When I come back, I'll have finished this and we'll tackle the window. And you know what else? When I do the window, I'm going to pull out the Restore Finish, because we had a leak. And some of the wood has lost its color, so we're going to restain it a little bit. And I don't care if it's not the right color. So, I think it goes without saying that clearly I don't like cleaning, okay? I don't find flow in cleaning. I know that some people get in the flow zone when they clean. It's their zen. It's stressing me out, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because everywhere I see or I look, I see new dirt and new stains. Like, for instance, I was perfectly happy ignoring the white part of the window, except that now that I'm close and I'm doing the wood, all I see is dirt. So now I gotta clean that. There's no zen, okay? No zen. Does it look better? Yes. Do I enjoy looking at it clean? Yes. Do I want to be part of the cleaning? No. It's just not fun. I just don't get flow out of it. I don't know. I know a lot of people do. It's just not my thing. Okay, this is Restore Finish in walnut. I thought mine was going to be too dark. Turns out walnut is the perfect color. So I have some water discoloration. I'm just going to go over it real quick. Wear gloves and old busted rag. And off we go. It's not going to look perfect because these areas of varnish are gone, but at least it's going to unify it a little bit and protect it, because the varnish came off when we had that big water thing. That extension needs to be ripped out, if you ask me, but neither here nor there. Just give it a little bit of protection. You know, I cleaned this whole door, and look at how much this thing shines now. It was really bad. I'm just going to put a little bit of color on this. Doesn't show, does it? Not much, huh?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the camera.
Both.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really show, does it?
No, not really.
Yeah, the color's too light. But it gives it a bit of protection. Yeah, I mean, come on, you can see a little bit of the difference.
Well, that's because those are more used, you know? Like it's a little bit beat up.
You know what? At least it's going to give it a little bit more of a sheen, because it's looking pretty dull.
Because that door predates us.
Oh yeah. We didn't even know this door existed when we moved in. It's Edward who discovered it. Do you remember?
Yep. Huh? You were excited.
Yeah, I was super excited. I thought it was pretty neat. We had no idea there was a pocket door. To be honest, I don't think the agent knew either, because otherwise he would have made a big deal about it. And you got a pocket door in the kitchen. Okay, so I am done, and guess what? It is 6:29. I spent 2.5 hours doing this. I didn't expect to spend that much time, and it's not that I'm tired, but this year I'm working on this thing called balance, where I've decided I'm no longer doing marathons of filming back to back, killing myself over the weekend. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go downstairs and take care of me and doing something I do enjoy, where I do get this flow state, which is sewing. I gotta ask him a question though, because since he's here, why is it so hard for us to keep this house clean?
Alright, so I wasn't expecting that to be framed that way. Well, we got dog, we got cats.
Yeah, but people with dogs and cats, I see them on YouTube
But
and their house
dogs
are immaculate.
bring in dirt from outside.
Yes.
Cats will go and just
about anything.
They'll tear stuff. They'll move stuff around.
Yeah, but the dog is not responsible for the tomato sauce.
There's
on
fur.
the. I'm talking about the tomato sauce on the cabinets.
Tomato sauce on the cabinets and stuff. All right, so because I do all the cleaning, is that or do all the cooking? Is that?
No. I could apply that to stains, paw prints on the fingerprints on the walls. I'm just talking about that because I was in the kitchen today and I had to.
Yeah, I think when I try to clean when I cook. I try to Willie and I have been cooking together for a couple of years now, and so I try to as we're cooking, if we empty out a bowl, I try to get it into the dishwasher. If we have a moment where something's just in the oven and the next step is pull the thing out of the oven and eat it, then I try to use that time to try to get stuff either into the sink or into the dishwasher, and if it goes into the sink, try to hand wash it.
Alright, so we do the best we can.
So I'm trying to do the best I can with it. Things like the floor though, that's that's a little, that's gonna get forgotten about while you're working.
But what about the rest of the house, cleaning in general?
Because
I don't know if couples, answer me down below. As couples or even, married, single, I don't care. But is that what you do on the weekend? Do you clean because you don't have time?
I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people get to the weekend and they have a couple hours where they gotta clean.
So do we need to do that? Because you know what we do on the weekend. I get up, I shower, put on makeup, I film. And then you get up, you shower, and then you're in front of your computer. And you work, and I work. That's what we do on the weekend.
Right.
So when do we do that? That big, the
Yeah,
whole house
I don't know.
cleaning
I mean,
thing.
as much as I think. So we all have habits that we do, and for example, the mail, right?
Hold on. Is this the part where you throw me under the bus?
No.
Okay. Keep going.
Well, no, I forgot.
Huh?
I forgot.
You forgot what?
You
To
did.
throw me under the bus?
No, you lost my train.
You were talking about the mail.
All right. So the mail, right? I just brought in the mail, right?
Yeah.
My thing is look at the mail, throw it on the table, right? Well, most of the time it's junk.
99% of the time it's
most
junk.
of the time it's junk, and then there's some stuff that's important, but I don't want to look at it, so it ends up on the table, or but the point is that it goes onto the table and ends up staying there for a long time.
I clean up the table and then I throw.
Or one of us cleans up the table and but you end up with this stack of useless stuff that you kind of look at and that it could just go immediately into the garbage. I mean, that's one example. My desk, a lot of the times I'm so into what I'm doing that I don't really think about cleaning it up, and every now and then I'll have a point where I'm rendering and I realize, oh, wait a second, I could just take make this stack look a little better or something, but
you know what, I'm glad you mentioned that, because this is something that
this is where you throw me under the bus.
No, because this is something I've done this week.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm rendering is when you've done editing the video and it needs to compress and put it together.
It needs to be printed. It's sort of like making a print.
Alright, so you render before you can upload it to YouTube, right? Or Patreon. So usually when I'm doing that, the rendering can take 30 minutes depending on the size of the video, if you got graphics or whatever, lots of music. I usually just put my feet on the desk, I browse the internet and waste time. This week, I don't know if you've noticed, but while my video was rendering, I was doing something else.
Yeah, you cleaned.
I cleaned the office, I did, because I was right there, so I picked up stuff on my desk. It's habits that we gotta pick up. So basically, we have bad habits.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes I eat at my desk, and
I eat at my desk all the time.
Crumbs are gonna happen,
Are we filthy people?
I don't think we try to be.
He's nice. I don't think we are. I think we're just very busy.
Here's where I will throw you under the bus a little bit.
Oh boy.
The pile of laundry next to the side of the bed.
My pile of laundry next to the side of the bed.
Even though the hat baskets are 10 feet away.
But you've seen me take care of it. I did take care of it this week, though.
Yeah.
I created a new one, but the old one was taken care of. We're so bad. We're so bad. We gotta joke about it because you know what? Again, this is real life. I'm never gonna pretend to be somebody I am not. First of all, I wouldn't be able to keep it up. Okay? There's so many people out there who've, created a persona on YouTube or whatever. And then eventually over years, it starts to fall apart because it was not who they are. I was never pretending to be other than somebody who's got clearly ADHD, has many interests and hobbies, and doesn't like cleaning. Also sucks at it. I don't think I clean well.
Okay.
Well, unless it's china and porcelain, that I'm meticulous about. So, and the Corning wipe. This is all I got. I spent 2.5 hours doing those cabinets. The only plus was the underside. Do you know how dirty that was?
Excuse me. No.
Because nobody goes down on their knees to go look at this stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's by default.
It was so grimy.
Yeah.
Hold on the sheaf.
When I was on the service, it was routine that, every day you'd basically grab the brooms, grab the mops, and just sweep everything. Sweep, swab, every day.
I don't have this. I don't have this routine, this habit. I tried so many times. I tried so many systems. I don't know. I keep on saying it's because I'm too busy, but I gotta carve the time. I gotta figure out something because this is nuts. Like literally 3 weeks, 4 weeks now in this kitchen, deep cleaning everything. And I'm not even done because technically I could do the rack, I could do all of the Corningware, I still haven't done the top of the cabinets, what else I still haven't done the floor, the windows, the glass.
Right.
It's like, I could spend 2 months cleaning in here. I don't know how people do it. How do you do it? You tell me, how do you do it? Because I'm at a loss. Anyway, 54 years old, still haven't figured it out. 58, happy birthday, belated.
Thank you.
The cake was good.
Yeah, it was.
See, that's something I'm good at.
You are. You're a great pastry chef.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to go downstairs and sew because, first of all, I had a bad day. And 2, I'm kind of tired and it's 6:38 now. And if I can squeeze in 3 hours, well, less because I'm going to have to help make, we're eating Korean again tonight. I got Korean soup to make. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video and the chit chat. We don't see Scott very often. Subscribe right in the corner, hit that bell button to get notified whenever I post another cleaning video, knowing that the next one is the floor, for real. I'll do the floor, like brand new. And then find me on Facebook and Instagram at mygreatchallenge. Super thanks down below if you want to support this channel. If you want to support exclusive content not seen on YouTube, that's Patreon. Patreon.com/mygreatchallenge. My Etsy shop, the link is down below. You can find me on Instagram at Frenchy and Tubby. Thank you all for your purchases and supporting my Etsy shop. It's my passion. I could do that 24/7. Not the cleaning, but Etsy, absolutely. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.